Titleist T100S's descents. Easiest way to keep back foot planted. I guess if you're slipping, you're probably putting too much weight on it. Try and split your weight. Easiest way to keep back foot planted. Yeah, I mean, you're probably throwing a lot of weight. That side. You know, like, you probably want to keep in mind if your hip gets on this side of your foot, it is really hard. Like, if you sway this far, it is really hard to get back onto that left side. So try and control how much weight you're actually putting on that right side. All right, 6 iron. Wind out of the right. Just came across it. Better. I'm trying to put a little bit of a cut back into the wind, but maybe I should just be hitting a straight ball out to the right and let the wind take it. Let's try that. Steep on that one. Worked out. Still getting warm. Slippage. A little quickness with some slippage. Oh. Alright, I killed the glove. Add a little length there in the backswing. Just kind of coming a little steep at it. any good drills with the alignment stick. I try and use it as like kind of an invisible barrier where it's like there's just like a force field running all the way up the right side, and I try and either play it off it or into it. Thoughts on stacking tip? One more with the alignment stick. If you ever get a little handsy in your swing and you can't really find your tempo, a good practice is just swinging an alignment stick and making it whoosh with your turn, not your hands. That's a good practice. Alright, let me see. Let me try and catch up a little bit. Used to hitting or batting and keeping my weight on my back foot. Yeah, baseball's a different sport, man. You got to transfer that weight into the left side. I feel like I jump at the ball sometimes. What can I do? Okay. Jumping usually is early extension and like kind of throwing hips, right? So you can kind of imagine like when you get here, you want this hip to match this hip. So really you're just trying to push this ass cheek back to the wall. And that's a good way to stop jumping at it. Let me see. Maybe I'll answer a couple more. I feel like I'm dropping my back shoulder. How do I stay tall? Okay. Well, let's see. Dropping back shoulder. So, if I apply that to like what happens when I'm like trying to maybe lift the ball, and I might drop like this. One of the best things to remember is it's hard to get here if you're already onto your left side. So focusing on getting, you know, like if you're spending too much time back here, that means you have too much weight back here. You know, like if you can do too much back there, that means there's way too much weight. Yeah, I like that. Let me see if there's any other questions here. What is he hitting? I've gone from an 8 to a 6 to a 4. And this is my 4 right now. How long have you been playing? Since I was a kid, on and off, but taking it seriously like last 10 years. How long did it take to master your swing? We're still working on stuff, Tinkerbell. So there's probably no perfect, and we're still working on stuff. Thank you, Martin. Was that last one in a 5? No, this is my 4. I'm gonna hit a few more. I was just trying to catch up on the chat. Jimmy, I went to an indoor simulator and immediately started shanking. Yeah, indoor can sometimes have an effect, you know, like it makes me feel kind of claustrophobic actually. Like I can't really, you know, swing. Maybe you're standing just a little bit too close. I went a little left, but the wind is out of the right, so it's okay. Let's try and keep one on this side of the 175. It did. It's just kind of kept going. Wind stopped, which is great. Which is great. 2 more with this. Something right of the 175. Ah, you just lunged. Lungage. Was in my toes a little bit. Alright, last one. Dude, what is going on over here? One more. Last one. Can't end like that. Just stop in your hands. Yeah. Yes. Glove a given. Let's see. Last night the 3-wood wasn't really behaving, so I'll work on that in a little bit, but this is the 5. Let's see. Yes, it's Tierra Rajada. How hard am I supposed to swing with my irons? I mean, you know, you want to stay in balance, you want to complete the move, but you don't want to swing where you're falling over. What's your best drill or mental thought to stop shanking? Well, when I look at the ball, I pick a dimple and I watch it disappear. And a lot of the time, if you're shanking, that means that you're kind of coming in on the ball, right? Like you're kind of getting closer. Like you may start here, but then your body through the swing gets closer, and then you hit it off of the heel or the bottom, right? So one of the things that I try and do is make sure that I'm not standing close enough where I can like get all the way over here with my club. So I try and make sure that I'm the farthest away from the ball that I can still swing and stay in balance. If I'm out here, I probably would fall. So you got to figure out a comfortable distance to stand and perform the swing. You know, because if you're too far, you're gonna hit it and go, right? And if you're too close, sometimes it's, you know, back in your heels. So you gotta spend time figuring out where the good balance is in your swing. I think golf is the hardest game because it's cumulative. Like technically hitting a 100-mile-an-hour baseball is a skill that's harder than playing golf, but coming out for 5 hours sometimes and keeping your head about you, it's tough. Little chest-to-chest 5-wood here. It's probably going to turn right to left. So I'm going to aim out a little bit towards that 200. Tommy's really got something there. One more of those. Little chest to chest 5 wood. Did I say 3 wood before? I might have. Yeah, 5 wood. Alright. Added that 200. Turning over. Yeah. Big dog. Let's see. Working nights in the UK can be a blessing because I get to watch. Dude, awesome, Holden. That's cool, man. I'm glad. Any tips off of playing a hard lie? Look at the front of the ball. Try and really clip it clean. Any advice for me? I'm a +1 handicap. I'm a +1.6, so I can't really say, what to do in that regard. I would say practice your putts. Either way, I really wasn't asking you. Okay. Did I miss a question from you, dude? Sorry. Let me see. Oh, there was a little bit of a... Alright. Look at this. Tierra Rajada. Yeah, man. All the ranges are closed. Yeah, well... There's some that are open. Come to Teddy. I checked the box already, Teddy. I know. You ever practice in the morning? I do. It's just the light's tough for filming. What's up, Damon? How important is your routine? Pretty important. Pretty important. I mean, if you're talking about like my setup routine, like that's something I've been doing pretty consistent for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Like where I pick my target, I find something in front of the ball about 2 yards, 3 feet, 4 feet. Line up that club with it. Set my feet. Find that target. Go. He's on the start, but just kind of peeled. I'm calling bad ball. That's for you, Teddy. I love that. Cutting back. Let's see if I can hit a high one that doesn't peel. Maybe a little draw off that 200. I smoked it, but it was just straight at that 200. One more and And Teddy can say things. There we go. Part of her on that one. Part of her came with. These balls aren't bad though for range balls, to be honest. I've seen way worse. Alright, let's see. How important? Yeah, there it is. Let's go. What's up, Teddy? Sitting off the mat, not mess your swing up on the course. I try and like be honest with myself. Like if I hit the mat first, I'm not gonna repeat that action. You know, like obviously if I could practice off of grass right now, I would. There's no slicing, Gary. How far are you hitting with driver? These are probably like 275. Yeah, there you go. Another far right. Some of these are coming back to the left, dude. Hi, all. Good night, all. Go for it. Yeah, sure. Sometimes I play like Ray Floyd. All right. Nice. Most of the times like Ray. All right. That's good. You ever flight your drives? Yeah, I do. There's a lot of wind out here. How long do you spend at the range and how often do you go? I stream like 2 or 3 times a week, but I'm probably here almost every day. I teach here, but I try and play usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and I also work. I produce music and teach lessons, and I'm actually getting my real estate license too. Okay. High fade into that 175. Just kind of kept going. One more of those. Still working on that fade. The draw is there. It's just the draw turns into a hook real easy. I think that ball was frozen solid. Let's see. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Gary Frederico. Do an on-purpose top. Can't do it, dude. It's like about as good as I can do. Do you change any power with your swing on your irons? Yes, I do. It just depends on the shot I'm trying to hit. What's that, a 7-iron? It is indeed. Howdy from Miami. Why do some people like to sit a little bit on stance? I don't know, dude. I mean, I'm not a very tall dude. I'm 5'7". So it may look like I'm kind of standing up, but I'm still bending my knees a little bit. Sitting on my back foot. That is the one thing I will say about mats. Is they're so springy that sometimes the feet get affected more than the ball. At least for me. Alright. Might be time to go gloveless. Could be gloveless time. So weird. Alright, one more. Or two more with the 7. And then go to the 5. I just like one starting at that 1 on the 175. Coming back to the right. Oh my god. Bad ball. Just gotta focus. Just gotta focus. Cinco. Beat me in match play and I'll buy a house from you when you get your... No, I'm not going to do residential, I don't think, man. There it is. Yeah, man. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it, guys. What players swing you like to watch? I mean, it used to be Louis, but I can't watch Liv, really. It's hard not to look at... I mean, it's hard not to look at, like, Rory and, you know, but I can't look at Rory. It's really a lot of, like, I like Chez Reavie, dude. That dude's a player. Hey, dude. I'll take that. Fred Couples is the man. Alright, so we got the Cinco now. We're masking up. The wind is beginning to howl. You guys can't hear it because I got one of those dead cats on my mic. You wanted to come back.
If you want to keep it for
I'll bring it to you, dude, for sure. Thank you. How much time do I got? Ugh, that ball. Man, dude. It's the head. One more. I don't think I got a dry one. They're all some type of wet. There's a trace wood.
I'll take that as the last one.
Wasn't expecting that pure strike. That's good. I'm glad to surprise you. They sound flushed. Yeah, we're hitting them well. It just needs to go in the right direction. Blades are tough to hit. These are kind of like half blades, half, they're like open. Could you give me some good tips on the backswing when hitting irons? All right, best tip I can give you is probably for the long irons. And a lot of people have trouble getting height on long irons, and it's mostly because, like, if this would be my tempo for like a 9-iron, right? You can't have the same tempo with a longer club. It takes longer, right? Because it's a longer club, it takes longer to get around your body. So you have to be patient with it. Give it time to develop, let your weight get to the right places. It's the same thing, it's just it takes longer. Come back. A little bit. A little over the top on that one. Oh, I jumped at that one. That was me jumping. Not great tempo with this club today, or yesterday. I think I'm swinging a little hard. One more. 2 to make it true. That one slipped. That's not fair. One more. Okay. Can't end like that. Getting a little loose. Getting a little loose. It's better. Doesn't feel great though. But every day is a new day in golf. Kind of wanted to work on just one thing. Just some low kind of punch shots at this club. 4. Let's see if there's any questions really quick. Thanks, Row. What do you hit your 5-iron? 202. Push down on it. Yeah, we're trying over here, dude. Out of balance. Yep. Do you have completely different swings for driver versus irons? I mean, they're completely different. Like tempos, like just takes longer. What irons do you have? I'm playing Titleist T100S's. 5.7 GT. 5.7. Okay. Trying to work on some punch shots that are just kind of moving to the right. Yeah. That's fine right there. Straighten this one out a little bit. Yuck. That's what we're working on. Okay. It's not bad on one. Alright. One more. This one like right at the 175. Chest to chest swings with 8. Thanks, Hogan. Appreciate it. Is that a Paradigm through-wood? No, it's Titleist TSR. Nice, Cooper. Thank you. Yeah. Any tips for preventing back pain after playing? Yeah, man. So, you know, this isn't a sport that technically, like, you can get off the couch and go hit it 300, but people do, right? But technically, a lot of times the people I see that have back pain are really bent over. Like they're like this or like this, and doing this like with your back like that, eventually it's gonna take its toll. So what I would do if I were you is I'd figure out a way to take a picture or a video of yourself standing and see if you can draw a line from your armpit through your knee and into the middle of your foot, because technically that means that you're kind of stacked over your feet, and that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be, kind of stacked over my feet, and then club goes out, and then I'm not really hunching or bending too much. It's more of a stay in like this is technically like bad posture, right? Like traditionally you would want to see somebody with their ass out and their back straight and this like this, right? But my back doesn't work that way. I don't like that. My back doesn't like that. So it may look funny, but I kind of stay in this position just so I can get to the top and then get in a good position from there. I don't need to start like this, as long as I get there, that works for me. All right, similar goal with the 8, like chest to chest punches that kind of have a little tail on them to the right. That one just kind of stayed out there. Okay, we got it surrounded. And kind of gave that the extra business, and the toe came around and straightened it out. Kind of why I'm working on those. I throw like a full swing in there every once in a while, but these punch shots really help me at the bottom of my swing. Like that might have been the same distance as the one before it. That works. All right. Let's see, any other questions? No problem, dude. Yeah, I mean, stretching before helps too. Like, I do a little workout almost every time I try, little squats and jumping jacks. And what's the best tip you have for keeping your lead arm straight and controlled? Straight and controlled. I mean, okay. The only reason this is like funny to me, because I was just talking to somebody about Corey Connors, and that dude is full like, like he's that, and it works for him. But I guess the one thing that helped me is understanding that, like, technically, especially with driver, if you keep this kind of in line with your shoulder, this is your whole arm. You know what I mean? So technically, it's like if you manipulate it and go like this, you lose all of that power, right? So the thing I would say is consistency with that lead arm comes from making sure that you're turning your body, and your body is attached to your arm, not like out here, up here. Like you got to figure out a way to keep this arm in a good relation to my, like I always know that my hands are in front of my chest because of how I turn. My hands stay in front of my chest. So it's like, technically, you know, you can get it done by bending it just so long as you extend it again. You know, you have to be comfortable with it, but a good key for that is reaching back, like you're trying to put the club into the catcher's mitt if we were playing baseball. You know, like for me, I'm 5'7", I gotta get width. I gotta reach. Gotta reach in. Is there another question and I just like stepped up to hit balls? Probably. Can't remember now. Straight and control, yeah. It's the best I got without seeing your swing. Can I get a face review? Dude, I'm in front of the camera the whole time. Like, you want a picture? I'd love to be able to hit my... Dude, just takes practice. Any drills to stop slicing? Yeah. Face reveal. Slicing happens from this, yeah? Club face open. So, a good drill... First one that's really simple is you take something like an 8, and it can almost feel like a chip, but you take the club back to about waist to waist. And all you're trying to do is feel like what it's like finishing into the left side. Because a slice usually happens from leaning back and staying on that back foot. Another good drill is staggering your feet. You can make it harder by putting it way out here, or you can leave it right here. But same thing right about there. All you're doing is figuring out what it feels like to finish on that left side. Because technically, even though I'm right-handed and right-footed, well, I'm ambidextrous with soccer, but my left leg is the stronger of my legs because it's the post-up leg. It's taking all of that power and then pushing up off the ground. So technically, you got to make sure that your left leg is strong enough to take all that power. You know what I mean? Like if you're throwing, like if you're with a driver, if you're set up like this and you're throwing a whole bunch of weight into this side, you need to be able to get it back into the left side too. You know, like technically, the reason that a lot of dudes are so powerful with the driver is because from here, they can go like this. You know, like you're jumping pretty much from that position and controlling it with your left leg. Hope you like that jump. Right at the one. Oh my gosh. Any good books for golf? I'm reading Ben Hogan's 5 Golf Lessons, but wondering if current books. Yes. Corey, grab a pen, dude. Be a Player by Pia Nilsson and Lynn Marriott. Change your life. Putting Out of Your Mind by Bob Rotella. Another one that's not necessarily like a golf book, but it is a great book, is called How Bad Do You Want It? The last name of the author is Kennedy. It's very good. It's about different athletes, some triathletes, and very good book. Let's see. I have tons. I would say Be a Player is almost a Bible. That one, if you had to buy one book, that one. Bill Murray just gave them a huge shout out on Joe Rogan. He was on like a week ago and was talking about golf for like 30 minutes with Joe Rogan and brought up Pia Nilsson and Lynn Marriott. They used to teach Annika Sorenstam and a lot of other people. I'm trying to make this glove work, but it's soaked. Wind's back. Alright. A little punchy. A little punchy with a little tail on it. Starting right at that 175. It didn't turn very much. It's just dead straight at the 200. Okay. A little bit of swayage. Probably a little bit of this happening. Leaving me open. Ass cheek to the wall. It wanted to. It wanted to. One more. One more. Gosh. Oof. All I have to do for right now, I just have to do. I kind of want to hit a couple more of those chest-to-chest 5-woods. Love that. All right, here's starting at the 175, turned into the 225. So like, do one off the tee. Let's see. See if I can hit a stinger. Just kind of peeled out. But boy. Look at that. I don't know if. Ooh. Uh-oh, verify. Yeah. Pretty good one. Any drills to stop slice? I think I did that one. Any good books? Indeed. You do good when you stay behind. Yeah, I know. What clubs you got? Titleist mainly. I got a tailor-made putter. Otherwise, it's all Titleist through the bag. Stay behind the ball. Your lower body slightly moves ahead. Head over left foot, bro. Try it. Yeah. You're not wrong, dude. It's not like I'm not aware of it. It's just I'm working on other stuff. I'm trying to key in on my feet. It is 9:49. We got like 10 minutes until they close the lights or shut the lights on me. How do I get height on my P wedge 9 and 8? Okay. Okay, I can do that. All right. So, height on the P wedge 9 and 8. So, I talk a lot about getting to my left side, and that's because, one, it's how I get my power and how I get my consistency, but it's also how you can get more of a descending blow on the ball. So technically, a lot of people try and lift it and hit up on like a 9-iron, and when you hit up on a 9-iron, it does this. It's like a line drive when you hit up, because you're matching the angle of the club, and all it's really getting is about that, you know. But when I add spin by hitting down on it, which you can try putting it further back in your stance, and just try this at a range where when you hit down on it, it goes up. And technically, if you can time it where it's in the front of your stance, that's an even better way to make it go up, because you're transferring your weight into the left side, and you can get an even more descending blow. And I mean, technically, that's kind of me keeping it down. Like, I can hit this 9 pretty high if I want to. Flop shot 9. Yeah. Moonball. Still went pretty good though. And that's from the spin. You got to make it spin to go up. Let's see. What you think about P790? They're cool. They sound a little hollow when I hit them. Like, mine do the same thing, but just feels a little more solid, like I can keep the flight down. Irons. Titleist T100S's. Thanks, JPP. Alright. Last few swings are going to be my 8. We're going to do low, high, or low, mid, high. Right at that 175. My lower shots tend to have a little bit of a right to left movement on it. Okay. kind of hung out there a little bit. Now mid. Okay. Now high tends to have a little bit more of a cutting spin. Oh, brother. The glove is almost done. We only need one more out of you, buddy. One more. High. High cut. There we go. All day, I'll take that. Okay, we got all of our stuff. Okay. Any questions before call it, guys? Gonna pack up here. Ask him if you got him. Owls are out. Let's see. Be a player, putting out of your mind, and how bad do you want it? Yep. Nice, Corey. All right, one with my wet glove. We're gonna make it hard though. If it's gonna be one last one. Oh. Okay, so the fairway is gonna be the 175 and the 200. So the 20 right there is splitting it. Or the 30 rather. Probably gonna try and cut something off of that 175 mid flight. I mean, that was not the best, but it did it. What's up, dude? Sure, bro. No, I got you.
Appreciate it.
No worries, dude. One more. I mean, it did exactly. It started on the 175 and just tailed in. So that was a hit fairway. It was just probably only like 260. Just up the right. Like it probably landed on the middle zero of the 200. One more. God. Yeah. It's on the start line, but I think I'm just hurting these balls. Let's see. Yeah, and this, I mean, ugh. All right. They're getting upset with me now, which I don't know. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. I commit these balls. Any last minute questions? Let's see. What's your swing thought if you want higher ball flight? I want to be patient. Like, technically, if I'm trying to like hit an 8-iron higher, I need to stay here longer. Like, I can't come up. Like, I want to stay low and through it longer. It's kind of what I feel. Because coming up makes it go down, kind of. Let's see. I'm a lefty, 6'2", 160. How far should I be hitting the ball? That's totally dependent on skill level. I mean, hand-eye, all of that. Like, I'll put it this way: if I had 6'2" on me, I'd be crushing it. Yeah, I mean, it's totally dependent. Like, honestly, as a taller golfer, you have a better chance to hit the ball further because you have more leverage. But, you know, whether or not you're seeing the ball well because you're further from it, you know, I don't know. How long do you practice? I mean, I practiced earlier today, so it's a lot. How do you keep the driver shots straight? Practice, but I mean, they didn't all go straight. You saw, you know. GoPro, trying, dude. Takes time. I have a natural swing. All right, and I play football. All right, 6'2" and what did you say? 160. I mean, I'd say first you need to eat a cheeseburger. It's joking. Depending on, you know, I would say 250. If you don't play at all, then, you know, it just depends. Let's see. How old are you, Jimmy? I am 41. You're funny, dude. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Try and have a good time. All right, guys. He turned the lights off, so taking off. I'm glad, Luke. No more balls, no more lights, no more stingers. But I do this every Monday, Thursday. I was here last night just because I wanted to try some stuff out. Sometimes I come out on Saturdays, and I mean, I'm here. It's just whether or not I film. But yeah, doing live streams probably 2-3 times a week. Go check out the previous ones. I post them on YouTube. I started doing that now. Yeah, but otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. If you're driving still, drive safe. Otherwise, be safe. I'll see you in the next one. I'll answer this. With hybrids, do you hit them like your irons? I don't have a hybrid because I'd never been able to hit them, dude. Sorry. See you later, Kevin. Have a good night, guys. Take it easy.